You cannot compare yourself in no shape, no way, no form, and to anybody else. Especially when you're on the journey and you grinding and you're in the process of staying down. What do you gain by comparing yourself to somebody who got more materialistic stuff than you, or somebody who even got less than you? By looking down or looking up to a person, is genuinely putting yourself to the side and prioritizing another person by simply comparing yourself. And I mean that in the sense of you don't know what people go through, you don't know what sacrifices people have made, you don't know what nobody has been through to get to where they go through. And everybody has a different story, everybody has their own story. So by you trying to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, that's a form of self-hate. And not necessarily to the extremist level, because we all have been guilty of comparing ourselves to somebody who had more than us or less than us. But as I done got older and I done matured more, I realized that we tend to gain nothing at all by comparing. We tend to put ourselves at a lower vibration on every single level, in a sense of not having as much as somebody else. You cannot worry about anybody else. You have to stay in your own lane. You have to. It's only right by yourself. And it's a shame because we have the potential to do whatever we want. Truly, we can do whatever we put our mind to. Our minds are so powerful. And when you see other people with all these riches or anything that you want to obtain and all of that, the gap is not that big. It's just the things that they figured out what to do and the things that you still debating on to do. And in a sense, it's all about self-reflection. It's not about looking at another person's things or materialistic stuff. It's all about how much are you willing to sacrifice to get back and stuff in return. And in a sense, it's all about the potential that you have within yourself. If you know you have this all the potential in the world to do whatever you want, why sit back and wait and watch others gain it? You have to have those very, very uncomfortable conversations with yourself. And I feel as if everybody knows deep down inside that they are capable of doing stuff, but a lot of us tend to down ourselves and put these other people on pedestals that have the stuff that we want to have. And that's not the way to go about it at all, in a sense. So I feel as if my point is all about the gap between your current self and your higher self and all the potential that you want to have. It's all about how you seal yourself. You putting yourself in the ceiling. You are only behind when you put yourself behind. And I heard a quote earlier today that made me really want to make this video. You suffer more in your imagination than you do in real life. And that's one of the realest things I've ever heard. When we create all these fake scenarios, quote unquote, putting ourselves behind in our imagination, thinking it's some kind of race that we need to compete with others and your value determines on how far you have come in life and all of that. That's all in your head. None of that, there's no standard to that in real life. There's no goal post in real life that shows everybody's stats above their head or some all this make-believe stuff. All the problems we create is in our head. Half of that do not even be real life. So it's all up to you to determine your reality. You are the one that dictate how your life go. You are the one who can change your life. No one else can change your life. And I mean that in the sense of course we gonna network with people, but that's after you build yourself up in a way. So every problem you create is all in your head and it's eternal. That's why I think social media plays a key role in messing up our minds with comparison. And all Instagram or TikTok, social media in general, all it is a highlight reel. You don't know what people went through to get there. You don't know if what people are posting about is even real itself. You don't know where people's starting point was. You don't know who all they know. You don't know all the resources they have. You don't know. And that's how it's supposed to be. You shouldn't have to know. You shouldn't compare yourself in the first place. But I feel as if that's not taught to us. It's not talked about enough. So when you see all these other people on these podiums and all these statues with all the likes and all the comments, all the followers, we feel as if we are less than them. And it couldn't be more wrong than that. Because in a sense, you don't know. You don't know what it took. And half of social media is fake. And I don't mean it in the sense of saying the person is fake, but everything is not real. It's literally not real. Social media is not real in no shape, way, or form. So when we tend to just keep an eye on that. That's simply what I'm saying. You shouldn't move the goalpost to somebody else's life. Because what you see on social media, what you see, that's not even them. It's not the real versions of themselves. That's a highlight reel. That's the highest achievements that they have, so they upload that to the internet. So don't pay attention to social media. Another point I wanted to make, when you compare yourself to somebody else, you tend to stop being happy and content with your own life. And that's how you go down the road of depression. When they get to the point where you don't even feel joy with being yourself, man, you on the road of being too far gone, man. Like, not to make it a joke or anything, but that's what happens when that's like when you first start comparing yourself to others, and it becomes to a cycle, and it comes to a thing that you're doing a daily. When you open your phone and the first thing you see is somebody your age doing something way better than you, that's the path you're going down, not even being content and happy with your journey. Why be sad and look down on yourself when you're in the journey? Of the video I made yesterday was about staying down. You can't stay down when you comparing yourself to somebody else, because you ain't gonna want to stay down. You gonna want to pop it. You gonna want to be the air, So I don't. This just came to my mind, and I was just like, when you get to that point when you're not content with yourself and you feel like you a failure or something, you got to do a lot of self-reflection, and that's. I highly don't recommend not letting it get to that point. You got to cut all that self-comparison out before you too far gone. And you get to the point where you damn near hate yourself. Never hate yourself. And seeing somebody that's ahead of you in the sense of any way that you want to better yourself, what I tend to do, instead of comparing myself, I ask myself, how can I learn from that person? This person is inspiring me. Like, it's so much you can take from a person who you see has achieved a lot more than you have. You can learn a lot from them. But when you compare yourself and forget about all the progress you done made, and you solely rely on their progress, that's when you lose yourself. But when you inspire, that's how you can truly build from and learn from them. You can learn so much from so many people, in a sense. So I'm not saying make yourself insecure and look at all their accomplishments and all of that. I'm not saying that at all. But you can definitely learn from a person that's more successful than you, in a sense. And I truly believe in surrounding yourself with people that want to better themselves, or people who are more ahead of you. If you shine that bright on people that's ahead of you, that's when you lose yourself. But when you surround yourself by them and try to pick up the habits that they have and see what they did to get where they at now, you can learn a lot. So whatever you do, try to be inspired, not insecure, but inspired. Them two eyes real different. Inspired, not insecure. I say all that to say thank you. Thank you for watching my video to the end. I truly appreciate you. Thank y'all for tuning in with me on this journey, trying to be consistent and all that. So if you don't mind, I really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, like the video, share it with somebody. Really appreciate it. Always remember, don't compare yourself to nobody. Love all and love yourself the most. I'll see y'all next upload.